Great morning, everyone, and welcome with Trading with OC. Today, it's about to be weekend. Well, Friday is already here, and as promised, we're going to be taking a look at a couple of setups that we might have. But let me get started with you guys, because you guys are the most important part of the show. Let's get it. And let's get started with you. JB, what is up? Number one in the chat. Alexander G, what's up, Alexander? What is up? How's it going? And so far, we also have JB. Double shout out. Hi. Hey, what is it? Hey, yeah. What's up? So let's get started in the meantime. Let's go over just a basic analysis of Bitcoin. The plan that we have for the weekend, and a couple of other coins that have been retracing as we were expecting. So let's go straight out to the charts. All right, so this is where we left out. We are not in the same setup as yesterday. We're gonna get there, but so far this is the plan, the same plan as we were expecting yesterday. Basically, we're looking for a flag out. All right, the same thing that we were expecting here. Flag out, a little bit of a retracement. Flag out, a little bit more of that retracement, just to be fair. And why is that? Well, we have a couple of things happening in here, right? For that, let me see if I can go to a cleaner Bitcoin chart. Let me see, maybe I can just do back in here. Nope. And let's find for that Bitcoin cleaner chart. So BTC, and let's do US dollar maybe. Yeah, I think this one will do. All right, perfect. Here we were our previous setup here with a cleaner chart. We were expecting that breakout. Perfect. We were looking for that range. It played out fantastically. All right, let's go and clear this up. So let's go and take this out. All right, so what we're looking for, it is the same thing that happened here, right? A little retracement, and then a break of structure. Hey, JR, what's up, brother? Welcome. The Dusty Hunt, what's up? Good morning, everyone. What's up, my friend? Hey, how's it going? Welcome. Thank you for spending a little bit of your time here with me. All right, so break of structure played out in case we can't get it. There is a caveat here, guys. All right, we need to understand that because of the size of this movement, it's not such a huge movement. Yes, it looks fantastic. It looks phenomenal. All right, let's measure that. This is a complete 10% movement, right? We were talking about that 10% movement because we measured this other 10% movement, right? So having this and then the next other 20% or almost 20%, this is what it makes that movement. What, or the full movement, right? What if we are in here, all right? Or worst yet, what if we are, let me bring it up, in here, right? But well, this one was a little bit bigger, right? But what if we are in here, all right? Or much worse yet, what if we are all the way up here, all right? So we need to take into account these three considerations. First, let's get started with the worst one, right? We have a pump. What if we are at the top? Right? And maybe what if we just not are at the top? What if we are just about to hit the top? What if we are right here and we're having this retracement? We're planning to buy what? We're planning to buy the break of structure. All right. What if we buy here? Well, we effectively are going to be buying the top, right? Paying you short? I don't know. Ping has been like fantastic, phenomenal recently, right? But yeah, OC. Hey, what's up, KDGT? Welcome. Great to have you around. All right, so we need to consider the chance that we could be buying the very, very tippy top, right? And what could be the worst of it? That if we do a break of the structure, it will actually, instead of working with us, it will be working against us, right? Because what if you buy in here, you will be actually buying the break of structure and just getting that TP top before we roll over, all right? So that will not be something that we want to do, all right? So how do we try to go ahead and maybe buy at the break of structure, right? and then continue our movement. Well, we don't know if this is going to happen. Most likely it will. But I'm expecting to have a little bit more of a flag out, right? What if we, for example, as we mentioned, what if we are right here, right? Where we have a little bit of a run up and then dump and then up. I think this is going to happen throughout the weekend. So be very, very careful, all right? So once again, this is where I think that we are. And I'm saying, well, let's buy the BOS. But that BOS will need to have a, there we go, stop loss. Where is our stop loss going to be? Meaningful lows. Give yourself a little bit of a wiggle room and aiming for at least a 1.1 or a 1.2, right? So Jay Violet, welcome. What's up? Welcome. All right, so let's now dive into the possibilities of that breakout. Let me just clear this up. Perfect. All right, let's go all the way to the right. Much better. All right, what if this thing flops? All right, that's why we need a support, a stop loss system that help us out through. All right, what is going to be our possible entry? Yesterday we talked about the flagging out. We are flagging out. Perfect. The first part is already there, right? So what is the next thing? Well, calculating our possible entry. Where is it going to be our possible entry? From down here. Remember, it's not about the breakout, it's about your retest to all the way up. 50% retracement. All right, that's the one that I'm going to be looking right now, and that is because we have a lot of confluence, especially a little bit lower down below, right? We'll see. There we go. We have our blue line. Remember what we have taught you guys throughout this sections in our indicators section. When we break the purple line, most likely we go and hit the blue line. So that sits around 113. All right, a little bit below we have our, what is it, 11. This is usually where we will be finding our golden pocket. But let's see what else we have in here, because there we go, we have our other range in here, and I do remember that we have an order block. Not seeing anything here, but that's fine. We'll be going back to Bitstamp. All right, so let's take a look at what else we have in there. Now that we have the clean picture, let's get back to it, to our main setup here. All right, I got it right here for you guys. Perfect. Let's go and turn on our indicators. Oh, another one that it's going very close to this one. It is, of course, our median of our megaphone. So very nice there, very clean. Let's see what else do we got. 1 second here. Sorry guys, you need to mute the server because it's just dinging, and you might be listening at those things. All right, so other than that, where do we have our support zones? Well, then we have them right here. We have, let's go and take it out. Let's check it out. Our blue line, which is all the way down here. The other one was slightly above. We also have our trend line in here. What else do we have in there? We have the previous, our previous purple line, and then guess what? Hitting the other blue line. So perfect. In this case, this is looking absolutely fantastic, because look at that. First purple, then the next blue, and finally the other blue. So I really don't want to push it all the way down there. If we start getting somewhere around here, I'm going to be looking for another re-entry. But so far, this is what I want to trade. A third of that position, right? A 33% retracement. So I know it's a little bit of a mess, but especially this is what I'm expecting, right? A little bit of a retracement. If we break the previous high with that BOS, I'm going to be longing it, all right? And I'm going to be keeping my stop loss as is. So be a little bit careful throughout the weekend. Usually it is low volume. So yeah, I mean, a couple of things might be retracing. All right, so let's go back and take a look at a couple of other altcoins. Icons that they move really fast and we were expecting some pullbacks. So there we go. We were expecting this movement to the upside. It actually not only nailed it, but went farther up. So at this point, let me just move this out of the way and let's expect that retracement. If you take a look at this setup, it has not disappeared because we created it today, or at least I created it today. How do I measure this? Again, let's go for our Perman's Fibonacci box, right? It's not about your breakout, it's about your retest all the way up, 50% retracement and 1/3 of that retracement. What else do I have in there? Let's see, previous weekly low, support right down there. Let's see what else can I maybe get out of here. Perfect. I do see a support zone, another meaningful zone in here. Let's see what else can I have. There we go, some order blocks and especially our golden line in here. So areas for re-entry right here, and let me change this area to somewhere, or this alert somewhere above this loud order block, slightly above, right? So this is going to be what I'm going to be expecting for the weekend on Link ADA. A little bit more of the same, all right? What we're seeing already, what I was expecting throughout yesterday. Remember I told you, I know we're going to have the FOMO, but look for that retracement. Hey, Lunar Beach Crypto, what's up, bro? Welcome. Jesse, what's up, Jesse? Welcome, my friend. The Dusty Hunt, what's up? Triple shout out, by the way, the Dusty Hunt. What's up, guys? Welcome. Really glad to have you guys in here. Nice, awesome. So, retracement. Remember, today we're looking for those retracements. Yesterday, we let that go because it was too dangerous just to trade it. But today, as I mentioned, it is the start for resetting our possible entries. So let's take a look at where could we be maybe re-entering on Cardano. By the way, Cardano looking fantastic. Let's go for our 1/3 or our 33% movement in here. So let's go and check this out. This is a 50%. Of course, that we have a very nice support very close to it. Our 33%, I would call that maybe this is it. Let me check that out. Let's clone it once, push it downwards here. Let's clone it again. And maybe, just maybe, we might be hitting it off. Well, it seems to be almost perfect. Slightly above, all right? So maybe this one's slightly above. Basically, the area where we are at this point. So this is our 33% retracement. Let's just get this out of the way. Basically, we are ringing it. But something that is not, why am I not going to be longing it from here? Look at my oscillator. It's already on the red. Am I bullish? Yes, I'm bullish. Very, very bullish, all right? But I'm still on the red. I want to see a flip of the ribbon. That is going to be my next possible entry. So right here, let's just go for a little bit of a lower setup in here. And of course, our break of structure all the way up here. Most likely, I'm going to be waiting for Sunday morning to start looking at how this is going. Because maybe at Sunday at night, midnight, Sunday 10 p.m., something around those times, I think we might start seeing where the direction for Monday might be taking. All right, so either if we're going to keep dumping or if we're going to just find some support and keep moving upwards. But so far, 50% retracement. Let me just change that a little bit. There we go. 33% retracement, looking it for the flip of the ribbon. So that will be it for ADA. Solana, more of the same. All right, so more of the same. In this case, I was expecting to, or I was making an explanation on the daily. Let me show you what I was cutting into the daily, all right? And this is what I am expecting to see. Well, we were just a little bit below here. I was saying, you know what, maybe we can do this movement today, right? We could create a new high in here, right? Not an all-time high, not a higher high, just a better high in here comparing to where we are right now. Why is that? Usually when we have flat tops, triangles, the breakout from those black top triangles tend to break very aggressively, right? The same thing with the flat bottom triangles. They tend to break very aggressively. So what if for the weekend, maybe we steadily do something like that, maybe going to my right, right? Maybe expanding to my right, there we go. Maybe hitting this top, right? Hitting this top, and then retracing back to the trend line because we have a very nice trend line, right? This could be our next possible entry. There is a caveat. I don't think that this is going to be the entry, all right? I think that we're going to have a support zone right here, and that is not only because of the dynamic reactor coming in strong, but also because we can do another trend line and we have a bunch of candle action right there. Let me show you this other trend line here. If I grab it from back down here, try to hit this off, and also hit this one off, look at that. We have another trend line there. So maybe going here, overextending, coming back down to this support area, basically not hitting the support right there. Let me just go for it. There we go. And finally creating the flat top with a higher low triangle that burst to the upside. I know, I'm asking a little bit too much on Solana. So maybe a biased outcome. I do see it happening, right? But I mean, how far can we go? Hopefully, this is what I would say biased, right? Hopefully we can go higher. Something important that I need to mention, especially on Solana, ADA, Link, SUI, all right? It is that those assets are looking fantastic. I think we can trade them, all right? But compare those to Bitcoin. And also, just sideways, we also talked about XRP. But if we compare it to Bitcoin, if this would have been Bitcoin, all right, the price action would have been already here and not only there, but like that, all right? Therefore, we know, and I know you may be saying, all right, altcoin season, I don't think that's going to be a thing this time, but we're lagging, come on, 78%, 80% behind, all right, compared to the previous all-time high. So will altcoin season do this? I just see Bitcoin rallying, right? And yeah, I know rotation of capital, Bitcoin rallies, then top 100 rallies, then top, 200 rallies, distribution of capital for meme coins, right? Then everything going back to USDT and USDC, and the cycle starts over, right? I know that. But really, 78% at this time? I don't know. It just feels like, right? Because I'm not putting down hard data. That's why I'm talking about feelings, right? But what it feels like to me is that we might be, yes, hitting maybe all-time highs, but it's going to be a struggle. I think right now with the Genius Act, right, that the eyes will concentrate on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. Why with XRP? We have had some hints, right? And I've said it before, and I keep saying it, fuck XRP. I mean, it's a shit coin, right? Well, I don't know. I might be changing my mind in the future, right? It's a shit coin that I don't like, but I like the gains, and I love the community of XRP. Come on, community of XRP. There is nothing like XRP out there, right? XRP bros. Nonetheless, it's being adopted and is centralized, right? And we have had a couple of hints throughout history, recent history. XRP was the very first one that went out clean on the SEC suit and throughout courts, right? Well, what happens, we also see government officials migrating, leaving the government official to become part of the XRP team. What is it telling you? And most recently, right, it's been adopted for institutions, right, making key supports. Not only that, when Bitcoin was dumping, XRP was flat, and when I mean flat, it was just into a range. All right, why not? We just touch on it, right? While everything else was dumping or pumping, XRP was still on the same freaking range. I mean, come on, we have not yet broken the range. I mean, not even this ones. Let's just unlock them. Can I unlock them, please? Not that one. Yeah, that one. Perfect. Zoom in. Just get rid of those. Right, and there it is. I mean, come on. This thing haven't broken the range. Not really. I mean, its movement is impressive, not gonna lie. 45%. Holy shit. And no leverage. No leverage, 45%. Tell me any other coin that has had that growth. Yeah, I know you're gonna say a shit coin, right? So, crypto bubbles. I've been, yeah, and I know you're gonna be playing out the meme core card, right? So, hell no, I'm not trading that shit. Well, Lunar Beaches, what it says, XRP is best DCA asset. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm gonna assist to your next class, because I want to break down of that statement, but it's not moving, right? What I think, you might be right in the future. Hey, Army Piper, what's up, bro? Piper, please read above. Lunar Beaches Crypto is saying XRP is the best DCA asset. Fact, he says. I'm saying that I don't know. I'm reserving, again, with all the respect, right? And I'm saying that I want to assist to one of his classes because I want to open up the debate, right? It holds value over time because it's just, yeah, kind of, yeah. You're right. I mean, yeah, I see that, right? It's just stable. I mean, it's just like buying, that's what I was about to say. It's like buying USDT, right? And expecting to get USDT to get to 100. I don't know. I mean, I'm being a smart ass. I understand that, right? But what I think it's going to happen here, and I believe you might have some really strong statement there, Lunar Beaches, it is momentum breakout, all right? So whether a thing has changed, XLM, Stellar, which I really want to take a look at here, right? Stellar compared to XRP, 8%, but XRP on the daily, all right, let's see. Let's take a look at the weekly. 22%, 49%. This one really, and come on, this thing. How do I delete this, bro? All right. The point is, the point is that something that we need to pay attention here. It is Donald Trump. All right, Donald Trump. It's the queen of the chessboard. All right. By the way, I think he's a master chess player, isn't it? Or something like that. Not 100% sure of that. Don't hold me accountable. Maybe that is a lie, maybe. All right, not really sure. I'm being silly, OC. Mad love, bro. By the way, I was very excited. I'm not gonna lie about it. I was pretty excited because I was expecting for you to pull out something into a maybe white paper related with news and to really got me, right? Like I got you, but I guess you did. I guess you did got me. I told my viewers last night XLM looked like it was above to top. Nice. All right, but let me not flow out of the news here. What is it? Donald Trump is a princess, right? It's a princess. is the queen, sorry, is the queen of the chessboard, right? He's moving everywhere. He's got a great potential, right? And is the fiercest chip on the board, right? Everything can thank LBC for the pump. He didn't buy any of the alts. He was bullish on those last night. All right. So the point with Donald Trump, remember that we pushed a news, what was it, on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, Monday or Tuesday, right? When they called out Donald Trump about Donald Trump has his own meme coin. His son or somebody of his family, right? They called that he had it, and his son said he doesn't, right? Has an exchange. And right now, his social media is pushing an ETF, the blue chip ETF. Not only that, what about the Genius Act? It's almost a guarantee that it's going to pass, right? What's going to happen with the USDT and USDC? Guys, today in the morning market report, remember, Piper mentioned, right? And I'm starting to hear myself like an XRP maxi, man. I need to cut this up. All right, but here, you know what? I need my tinfoil hat. Where's my tinfoil hat? All right, XRP going to 100K, right? And Bitcoin dumping. Not just, of course not.
You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero.
Zero. All right, but other than that, no, for real, right? I mean, I know this is a little bit of tinfoil hattish, but I am getting my eyes on it, which is, well, XRPs and a blue chip ETF, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, of course, those needs to be to get to legitimize XRP, and for some reason, I mean, and this is really when I start using my tinfoil hat in here. It is CRO for real. Like, did they cut a deal with Trump? Maybe it was like, I don't know, speculation. All right, speculation. All right, so CRO saying, hey, add us to your blue chip and you get 50% of the revenue. I don't know. Maybe he said, all right, perfect, let's do it. But CRO, maybe I'm just being blind about a fact that I'm not seeing there, right? Or maybe CRO came to Trump and said, hey, you know what? We do have very strong upcoming connections, right? We have some backup technology that might change in stuff in here, and it will be good for you to add us. I don't know. Things are starting to get a little bit weird. Hey, Crypto Jeff, what's up, bro? Crypto Dank, what is up? Welcome, guys. All right, so XRP in my aim, it has been playing out fantastically. Something that is playing out here, it is the retracement on the daily. Let's go to the 4 hours, the flag out of the day of the 4 hours. This is amazing. This is something that I want to see. Not only something that I want to see, it is what I'm looking for, right? This is exactly what I'm looking for. Breakout retest. This is my retest all the way to the top in a 1/3 of that movement. In fact, we are right now there. 1/3 right here. Let's see. Maybe this one. Let's clone it. Let's clone it one more time. And then let's see if we nail that third. Well, slightly bit off, maybe a little bit higher. So we already have that retracement, right? So if we already have that retracement, we haven't bounced. I think a 50% retracement might be a reality. So weekend low, let's move my stop, my alert right down there. And then, of course, I'm going to be adding one right here, just slightly above, all right? So XRP also, guys, something negative about XRP right now. Look at that, compression, right? So what happened last time we have that compression? We made it above the dynamic reactor, and that was able to make that high. Something important, remember what we always check on our oscillator, right? As we break below, we stood below. And then we went down, right? Right here, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That is a range, and basically a flat range, right? And then as we broke above, we have been above, and that is a parabolic movement. So, first of all, flag out. I need to see that flag, all right? Second of all, I do need to see that pressure release, all right? Pressure release going down here, not losing the 50%, at least not losing the golden pocket, all right? And then flip of the ribbon, off we go Sunday night, all right? So maybe that will be it. I think that's gonna be a good one. All right, so we're talking about LXM retracement, Link, ADA retracement, Solana, same retracement, that flag out, right? In fact, Solana, what, I don't have that alert? I don't know. I thought I had it. Let's add it, why not? Come on. There it is. Right here. 4 hours. Perfect. And this is not an alert. This is the alert. All right, perfect. Those are going to be the areas that I'm going to be looking for. Let's see what else. XLM. Let's take a look at XLM. And why not? That was supposed to be a red one. And yeah, this is the one. Red one, and this one is supposed to be all the way up. And here is supposed to be here right around XRP. Perfect. XLM. Oh my God. All right, let's bring up a couple of indicators, support and resistances. Perfect. Where do we have our support? Support, and money flow POC. Let's see what else we got in here. In fact, what I'm most interested right now, it's going to be the predictive ranges. And areas of support again. Oh, look at that. I'm seeing something through. All right, order blocks. Ooh, nice. Let's see. And the blue one, don't tell me that we're going to be losing it all. Holy sheesh, might be. I don't know, might be. And let's just get rid of this. And because we get rid of that, we're going to be adding one more line in here. All right, I think we mostly have it all. There we go. All right, so as you can see, look at that. That tool is just fantastic. It's phenomenal. All right, so hey, do we have Alexo or something? I do see a couple of others here. Dango McLear, hey, what's up, bro? Welcome. Crypto Dank, what's up, brother? Welcome. All right, so having those support boxes, let's just bring them up here. This one, this is exactly where we are. I think we're gonna lose it. All right, we already have the first one. The second one, I don't think that's gonna hold. This one, I might be breakout retest, maybe dead cat bounce, sweep of the lows, continuation maybe. Not sure. I don't want to speculate that this is gonna be going back to where we started here, and that is because of this huge candle. I mean, yeah, fair value gap right at the center, might be. Let's bring up a couple of other stuff in here. Let's see if we can. You know what? I need not my Gustrin. I need my auto fibs. Right, support and resistances, not really. This is gonna be a hard one. Still, we already have our support and resistances. Let's go and add our alerts here and at the very bottom, just in case start moving upwards, right there where we have our other resistance. All right, so far, what's gonna be the plan? Just wait and see. A lot. I mean, this is actually a perfect goose head. That is a perfect goose head. Look at that. Well, it's a goose head. Slide coming back down for a further move to the upside, and then the major coming back down, right? Or the major retracement. Still, let's give it some time. This is the weekend. I don't want to get pumped throughout the weekend. I don't want to get a sucker punching here by the weekend. So I'm still going to be watching this like a hawk. Let's take a look at a couple of other stuff. Let's see. Have you heard about Ugly Cash, guys? I was looking at a way of like maybe transacting between the US dollars, you know, that I earn in USD, especially because I trade on USDT and USDC. So most of my gains are in crypto, right? I can also have an account on the US. So I'm looking to make not only depend on one single thing, especially now that what is it? No, it's not the Brilliant. It is the what? The Smart Act, the Brilliant Act. I don't quite remember its name. The whatever act that is mostly gonna get approved, right? I'm looking to maybe migrate to something like that. And I believe there's this app, what is it? Ugly Clash, guys. This is not a paid promotion, right? I'm just starting to look into it, and I think there's a fatal flaw in there. Maybe I haven't watched the whole videos that they have on their own app. All right, the Genius app. Yeah, thank you very much. The Genius app, absolutely. they're backing up the USD with EUSD, if I'm not mistaken, all right? EUSD, it's a combination of USDT, USDC, and something else, an extra layer of protection. But to me, which gives you what was it? A token. I don't remember quite which token, which is stakeable token, right? It is supposed to, like, if it looks specs, if it depeg from the dollar, it will use that extra token, right, to be sold to then recuperate value from the EUSD. To me, that sounds like a Luna waiting to happen once again. Remember that it was, what is it? What was the stable coin from Luna? I don't quite even remember. It was like what USD or something like that. I don't quite remember. I even had it already here. I do remember it. I think so, right? Yeah, but I still need to do a little bit more investigation on that one. That caught my attention, and I'm willing to put a little bit money on it just to see how that plays out and how that rolls. I know I said that might be another Luna to play it out, but again, remember that I'm on the line of on the ignorance line, all right? Because I haven't mastered it, I quite don't see it, and maybe I want to. Well, I definitely want to do some TA on their token. There is something I don't quite remember. I have it right here. SFP. Oh, swing value pattern. What are we talking about, right? Get off the 1 minute chart, agent. Trigger stop loss. XRP will flash, I think. Hopefully, man. Hopefully. All right. So we might be having some new tokens in the channel. I want to do some token discovery. That's why I'm introducing you to what I was looking. All right. So Ugly Cash, give it a look. Not to consume it, to help me out investigate. All right, so I want to make that clear, guys. We're not going to be consuming Ugly Cash. All right, Terra, yeah, the USDT, you are right, the UST, Terra Luna, right? Terra USD, holy shit. So what if we found 300 down for BTC is not dumping? What? $300? Yeah, it's not dumping. Why? Frankie Tang, what's up, bro? Welcome. All right, so I think that will be something that worth giving a try, all right? And I have it right here. Let me just show you very quickly. And like, again, where the heck is it? All right, so right here, I don't know if you see it. I'm going to click on it. All right. And it says right there. It's asking me for my thing. And I have $0, just so you know. So not promoting it. All right. Not promoting it. It's supposed to be backed up by Visa. This is what it says. I'm not sure. I haven't done my investigation. But if you go to, what is it? Loyalty was? Yeah, you go to loyalty and you have a couple of videos in there, all right? One of those videos is the EUSD with ugly cash, all right? EUSD, which talks about, there we go. Oh, you can see it, which talks about its token. Let's see what token is it. RSR. All right, let's see it. RSR USDT. Oh, we have a, okay, I see it. So this is it. All right. So here's something, this is something interesting, all right? They're telling us, let me see if I can find it.
In the last video, we explained where the reward APY comes from with the USD. Now, let's focus on what you actually see when using the app. The token, USD. What is it? What backs it? And how does it stay stable? USD is a stable coin.
All right, whatever. I'm not gonna put you to hear it through that. If you want to do the investigation with me, dude, to the site, all right? I don't want to tell you download the thing, right? Because that's not responsible. But maybe Google it with me. And tomorrow and Monday I'm gonna show you my discoveries in that one, because if we start looking at a depegging of the EUSD, they're telling you that they're gonna dump this to keep their EUSD afloat. Terra Luna once again, maybe. Could we maybe profit out of that? I don't know. They also give you, they say that this is stakeable, so you just hold it, I guess. And using their app will give you revenue, right? I think they split a little less of 50% of the revenue what they get from, I don't quite remember, Visa or something. Not 100% sure. I'll get you that investigation. Sure enough, but this one, instead of, this is going into the purple, yeah, or into the cyan, and we're gonna push it farther up in here, all the way at the bottom of the reds. Here we go. Here's gonna be, this is the one that I'm gonna create another category for coin discovery, and maybe we can see how we can apply that, right? So far, this is what I'm looking into. Hopefully, after volatility, we might be seeing a couple of things on it. Let's see. Lunar Beaches Crypto says, XLM is like XRP's little brother, but it's got more gain potential than XRP. How is that, bro? I mean, I like Stellar Lumen. I mean, XLM, right? I also, you know what was the other one? EOS. Actually, I love EOS, but it's dead. So it's also gone. You know which one was a very good one when it launched? Dashed. Right now, it's not doing anything. It's almost dead, or is it? It is dead, right? But I like that Dashed. Let's take a look at a couple of other coins. I want to take a look at, let's see, TRX. Where's TRX? Oh, PAXG Gold. Let's take a look at how is PAXG doing. Gold, actually, this doesn't really look like Gold's chart, but whatever. Seems like we're fighting on a ranging here. Nothing really stable here. Let's wait for that movement, and I think we might be able to hit some lows. Something that I might be waiting for here would be a Wyckoff. Let's see, can I invert it? Yeah, little range, V-shaped recovery. Could we maybe have it? Ooh, if that is the case, this is not looking good. We'll see how that rolls. How do we invert it? All right, perfect. Let's see. Let's go to Crypto Bubbles. XRP. Come on, I really want to delete this one. It's pissing me off. Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at, because we actually did a call in Solana. Sorry, in Matic. Let's take a look at Polygon Matic. There it is. Ooh, all right. So we called out those tops in here, right? Perfect. We were expecting a little bit more of a flag out. That's fine. Right now, we already have a bearish divergence coming back down, ready to break that cloud. Guys, we're coming back. We're coming back down. Let's take a look at how far could we maybe going, how low could we maybe go. So look at that, breaking your purple, hitting your blue. That is fantastic. Going back to your golden. Let's see if we hold golden here and then we create a flag. I'll be willing to buy right here. But so far, let's just add one. Let's just get rid of everything so it no longer is useful. Let's add one alert right here, and then let's go for the 50% or 33% retracement there. So 50%, let's go a little higher. But with the 33, I would say that this one does a pretty good job. So I think that will be it for us. Especially, I think that we could be having this one right there or something like that. Something along those lines. Right here. this is when we want to redo our analysis, and having maybe that flip of the ribbon right there. All right, guys. So far, I think we have gone through a couple of coins. Nothing that excited, I know. Nonetheless, the plan is playing out. We have seen right now topping out of coins. That was what we were expecting yesterday. Today we were looking for some retracement and looking to where to enter. I think the objective was called out, right? And then upcoming, we'll see if we can maybe start looking for some new coins, something like new out there, something that has real value out there. I don't know. I think tidying things with international taking profits from crypto, that'll be very interesting. And yeah, that's the one Piper Cammy you draw. Oh, thanks, my friend. In compare transcript with MoneyGram. Nice. All right, Jesse, thank you. All right, so other than that, guys, thank you so much for joining. Guys, go get a pizza. I'm looking at my wife. All right, go get a pizza, go get a beer, go for some movies, go spend time with your child, or with your kids, with your wife, with your fiance, or your loved ones, guys. Touch some grass, touch some ass, like Alex O would say it, and see you guys on Monday.